Hey there, how's it going? This video is specifically for you if you are thinking about going to Malta, or maybe you just want to go again to Malta. I had a separate video that I put out last week focusing on the kind of trip that I had myself, but then I was just thinking there's a lot of things that I probably would have done a little bit different. Number one. Temperature and humidity. Malta has a very humid and warm climate that sometimes the temperature turns out to be much warmer in practice. So what I would say is don't dress too warm. If you are in the winter season, maybe you can be in one jumper or sweater, but for the rest I would say light clothes, wear summery clothes, skirts, shorts, tops, whatever it is, keep it light, keep it fresh because it's very warm also at night. Number two, getting around the island. So there's a couple of ways that you can go around the island. The obvious one is shared riding. So on the island they have an app from Bolt. Uber and Lyft are not available, so you can always download Bolt in advance. A second thing to get around, which is absolutely not recommendable, is taking the public transport. It's pretty much a bit of a nightmare. Some of the buses, they don't even stop while you're waiting. And then on top of that, a ride that would take normally, let's say like 45, 50 minutes. With the bus, it could take like 2 hours. Those buses, by the way, I had one where I looked at it, I had like over 100 stops. That's bizarre for such a small island. The third option is renting a car, which is definitely recommended. I would say you need some good driver skills because some of the people on the road have definitely different ways than how people drive in, let's say, Germany, for example. Number three. Very quick one, fun one. When you are on the road and you're looking around, you look around for funny kind of number plates. There's quite a couple of few ones. I also clicked on ones from the internet, but it was just a funny thing that I had never seen before. Number four. Malta also lends itself very well for hiking. Go out, see the island, it has beautiful surroundings. Both Gozo and the main island of Malta will give you a lot to see, and it's part of the charm. I would definitely say if you haven't hiked, I feel you haven't fully experienced Malta. Number five. Another thing which is very ingrained and a big part is all the beaches. There's Ramla Beach, there's Imbiga Bay, there's the Golden Beach, there's the Blue Laguna, and they're all nice beaches. They're probably not the most beautiful ones most people will ever see in the world. There is one which the nicest one is the Blue Laguna. The only thing that I would say there is prepared that there's a lot of people. It's going to be busy. Even in the lower seasons, there's always going to be people out there. So to find that perfect shot of you in paradise by yourself, it's probably going to be a bit harder, but it is literally as blue as you see on YouTube or in the Instagram post. Number six, the prickly pear. I may have seen it in my main video. If not, go watch it. I tried to pluck one with my hands. There's little kind of hair spines on it, and they will kind of be stuck in your finger for literally days. I had them in my finger for 1.5 days, and it's just really annoying. They do taste good if you want to try them. I would say buy them in the shop. The pink ones are the nicest one in my opinion. And they even have a nice liquor made of it, which you can maybe get when you're out in the restaurants as a shot. Number seven. Speaking about food, when you're going to the restaurants, there is so much to try. There is enough for vegetarians, but the food is very focused on meat and fish. So think about krill, snails, dolphin fish, horse. One thing that I will say about restaurants, the nicer the restaurant is, the bigger the chance is that it's going to be fully booked. So make sure with restaurants to book them at least 2 days in advance. We went to 6 restaurants where they declined us because they were full before we found one where we could just eat. Oh, and one more thing for those interested in cheese. They have a local cheese, which is Gozo cheese. I liked it. Try that if you can. They even have it on a sandwich, and maybe you can try it as a dessert. Number 8. Well, since we just spoke about the cheese, let's talk about the island. The island of Gozo you reach by going from a ferry from the main island. It's very different in regards to pace, and people who are from Gozo are very proud to say that they're not Maltese, they're from Gozo. One thing to note there is that the tranquility is also a little bit part of the challenge. After the sun goes down, it is hard to find a taxi. Me and my friends, we walked for 50 minutes trying to use the Bolt app. Nobody responded. So just make sure that when you go to Gozo that you either go early in the morning and you leave at the time of sunset, or that you stay for the night. Number 9. Instead of wanting tranquility, if you want some club scene, That's where the main island is for. Now, the obvious choice for a lot of people is Paceville, St. Julian's. I would say that if you're older than 25, it probably has less to offer. It has a very kind of specific niche that it attracts with strip clubs. There's a lot of prostitutes out there. So it's not going to be for everyone. What we specifically ourselves like much more is Valletta. It's much more of a dinner kind of culture thing where you can go for a drink afterwards. So I can definitely recommend that. Number 10. Speaking about visiting cities, also add Medina on the list, add Marsalok on the list. Medina is the previous capital, it's a silent city. It has some nice architecture. And if you want to eat nice, if you like fish, for example, I would go to Marsalok. Marsalok is in the southeast part of the country, and it's a fisherman's village. I personally always like that. It's nice to eat fish, but that's not the only option. But you can also do close from there. There's St. Peter's Pool, which is personally my favorite beach to go. So what are your tips and tricks? Do you have any other things? Have you been to Malta? And if you have been, let me know if these tips and tricks have helped you out, and add your own ones. And I'll see you in the next video. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Bye bye.